Well, hello, Honest Gas, once more. Today we'll be working on something very special. Here we have a softball, baseball-sized amethyst crystal here. Very beautiful. I wish the camera could do it justice. Maybe one day I'll have a good camera. But I think this is going to be a perfect stand for what I'm making. So beautiful. So to celebrate or commemorate a 45-year anniversary, wow, that is a long time, I'll be making something very special for that occasion, and let's get started. Always, there's the links in the description for channels you may like. There's also the link to the link to the video of a audiobook to Art of War. I highly recommend everybody read that at least an infinite number of times in their lives. It can be applied to every situation in your life, and I think that it would really help. All right, let's check out the comments, and I'll get some music going. Alright, audio test, 1, 2, audio test, 1, 2. Heated Turtle, how's it going? Kitty Blue, hello. So this is what I have so far. Look at that, that's like a trident. It's so freaking sweet. And the idea is going to be, although I guess I have a picture here. So this is the idea I want to make there. I had an idea of wings, and then I came up with that one, and I think that one's going to be perfect. What better way to celebrate an achievement like decades of commitment than a trophy, right? Trophy style ornament thing. Brian, what's up? Let's get this thing set up to point down. There we go. Right. Maybe something like that. Alright, so I just have to match the other side to this one, and let's get started on that one. And what's so cool about this stand, right, is that it's got a big hole in it, and I went to Hobby Lobby today to see if they had stands with LEDs, but they didn't, so I may have to get creative and either make a stand that will have an LED in it, or somehow figure out a way to get one in there. Either way, I think that a light would be absolutely gorgeous for this thing. Alright, since it's really warm today, I'm going to have to have the air conditioner going. I'm going to turn down my music here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I have it somewhere. Ah. There we go. I hope everyone's doing well today. Right. Some wire here. One of the things I like to tell people is that there's easier ways and there are harder ways to get the wrapping going. And I always find that going under and over this way, coming this way, is actually a hell of a lot more difficult than going this way. Mostly because if you're going to have to squeeze into something, it's always best to have to go down than it is to go up. That's for sure. It may not seem like a big difference, but it really, it is a hell of a lot more difficult that way. Just make my life a little bit easier here. Awesome. Nice and tight. And just you know, a little advice for people. It may seem intimidating to look at something like this and think, wow, how in the world could I ever do something like that? And I'm telling you, you don't want to sell yourself too short. This is nothing special that nobody can do except people, you know, except special people. Anybody can do this. I highly recommend that that you guys give it a shot if you've got the time and hand strength. I guess it isn't what anybody can do. As long as you've got working hands, you should be able to do this. And of course, the thinner the wire, the less difficult it is. That's for sure. Smell LEDs off of an LED strip. Hey, that wouldn't be terribly difficult. I actually have a soldering iron right here. A little soldering gun. Happens to be right in reach. Yeah. Hey, yeah, that's a good idea. I was hoping to get a stand that had it already, but I think that I can do that. Small LEDs off an LED strip. 2K 220. If I need it, I'll ask you again if later on when I'm ready to get started on something like that. Maybe you can help me out with that. Charlie horses, my goodness. You know, Midol does really well for that sort of thing. Of course, I guess you may already know that. And bananas. You can get a lot of potassium out of raw potatoes. So if you're really desperate for some potassium, you just peel a potato and just eat it raw, and that'll give you a huge boost in potassium. It should help with the cramps. I think onions do the same thing, but I think a raw potato might be better. Like, might taste better. Or you can just eat a bunch of bananas. That also helps. Hobby shop. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, it seems really interesting. I actually went to Hobby Lobby, but I see what you're saying. An actual hobby shop may be better to, you know, like, you know, where they got race cars and whatnot. Little RC cars, I should say. Those would probably have what I'm looking for. Because Hobby Lobby is, you know, mainstream stuff. Hobby Lobby is actually where I get all my paper for my origami. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Love you too, babe. It's like, why bother doing my nails? Just gonna come off in the art. It's like authentic, made from honest gas. You know how you know? Somewhere in your art project that you purchased will have a bunch of nail polish in it. Okay. This is the back, okay. That might just be easier to frickin'... There we go. We'll just get the other side done now. It's the $4 battery, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm really interested in doing it because, you know, I want this to be awesome, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think 45 years of commitment is impressive. So I really want to do it justice. Oh, hang on. My first guess is like illuminated element something. Light emitting diode. Oh, that's right. Yep. Ah. So what he said. Right there. I guess it's a helicopter going. Okay. How's it going, Wymito? You work in electronics? Yeah. How about, I don't even know how to pronounce that. EEPROM? No, I don't know if I'm going to get that one. I'm almost certain I don't know what it means. Or stands for, excuse me. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, if I were to do it all over again, I would have gotten into robotics. That would have been so cool. Would have really helped out with my doomsday stuff back when. Could you imagine a sentry gun that sprays acid? That would be nice. Of course, robotics isn't terribly difficult to get into. At least I don't think so. I remember when I was in technology class, I had to program an arm to move golf balls or something it was. We used for memory. Oh wow, yeah. Is that when it was tubes, right? Boob tubes. I guess boob tube is TV. And that'll just have to do. Oh no. Let's hope I didn't screw it up at all.
Any ideas?
Perfect. Or at least close to it. Or at least close enough to it. Alright. Just 3 more little. Or short, I guess. 3 short, 3 tall. 3 short, 3 tall. Robotic arm is nothing? Yeah, I bet. That's like bare, like beginner. I'm really impressed with the facial recognition technology. The fact that our mail can be read, like the written word, even in cursive and things like that. The fact that the computers can read our handwriting is enough for me to be really exciting. But the fact that it can like see our face and recognize different qualities like scars and stuff like that, that's incredible. That's incredible. Alright, so I think the next step is going to have to be just straighten this out real quick. No. No. What? Oh. No, it's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is awesome. Whew, that's strong. Yeah, yep. Alright, so I want to bend that up, bend that up. It's looking pretty cool so far. And bend these out. Straighten that out a bit. Alright, so here comes the very interesting task of connecting the two. I'm just winging it, by the way, guys. Southern Belle, I'm just excited to see this project. Me too. I wish I could convey the amount of pride I feel in being a part of this project, because if I've not even been able to really have a relationship for more than a year, other than with myself, and the fact that someone can go 45 years is just, that's quite an achievement. There must be some serious commitment and love in that relationship. So if you've got a curve there, right? So I want this to be perfectly straight. The way you get a nice straight line without kinks is you take the finger and thumb against the bow and you just ever so slightly run the finger around there. So it's pretty straight enough now. I'm gonna try and curve these a bit more, but I think I'm gonna hold off on that until I have them connected. There we go. Now I wonder if I should pound the tips first, but I'll wait. It'll also be connected here, so I have to get that to be straight too. And once all this is connected, it'll be a lot easier to make next steps. What I'll actually do, so if you want, there's a lot of ways that you can learn. 30 years in January, whoo, man! Takes a lot of work. Oh man, it takes understanding and work and working at it. You know, my goodness, I don't have hardly any experience, but I know that it's difficult enough to have a year-long relationship, let alone 30 or 40. Oh, I hope you still have a good relationship with her, though. Longest standing relationship I had was essentially a regret. Alright, so when you're thinking about anchor points, you always want to make it to where it's not going to slide. So what I like to do is I'll take the wire next to it, which has a corner, and I'll anchor it there so that it'll be nice and tight at the end, and there won't be any slippage. So let's get started on that. I'm wondering, let's refer to the book again. Or the drawing. So this is what we're looking at here. Come on now. There. Alright, I guess you guys can see that just fine. So this is what we're working on right here, is that line. So this is going to determine essentially the width of this of this shape here, minus the tips of that there. So may actually have a lot more than I need, which is good. Yeah. Sucks, I'm gonna have to start using this thicker wire. Sorry for the shaky cam. Okay. Probably all I need. One about that long too. So when you get loops like that in your wire, right, it's very important not to pull because it's going to kink. So you have to just gently coax it out of the loop, and that way it won't be kinked. Many a wire have broken because of those kinks. For real, yeah, I'm in that beginning stage, Southern Belle. I really am. Oh! What are you doing? I tell you, when he told me about it, I was definitely excited to be a part of it. Come on, little guy. You guys want to see a little friend? Come on. I wish it would focus. Alright, little guy. I can only give you so much screen time, but you're a little blurry. Oh, he's so cute. Well, it's probably a sheep. Just set you down over there. Probably just go out to there. Let's do a little bit and then see how it goes. Now, because I want this to be a symmetrical thing, it's not going to be able to be symmetrical if I do a 3 tall, 3 short. So I'm just going to do a full wraparound all the way. Or in other words, I guess, all long. If I can get to hold it correctly. It's also very important to count how many wraparounds you got there. Might just use all of this. Well, let me get these attached first. And then we'll round out that hole there. Oh, I don't know if that's going to be long enough. Just to be sure, I'm going to do another one real quick. We can use that for another thing. There, that should be more than enough. All right. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. One of these days, I'm gonna have to do like a sculpture, right? Like a dragon. Somebody told me I should do a dragon a while back. This is what I need to make a dragon out of, right? Right here. I would hate to dismantle this, but I need something like that for the body of a dragon. That would be so freaking cool. This is called... Come on. Focus. guess, is that focused? It doesn't look focused. Anyway, this is called a carborundum. It's actually runoff from an industrial waste. This is like a man-made almost. But I was thinking if I had something like this, I could totally make this the torso and sprout the dragon from there. That would be so freaking cool. Dang it, I don't know how I'm going to put this thing down. There we go, I'll just put it there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Dang it. Let's count that again. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. Okay, so alright, now we gotta shape it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna stick it in there. Man, that's already looking freaking awesome. Ow. He-Man. Oh, the anchor didn't help. Oh, man. How am I going to rectify that? That's a little better. Who's always giving strong bad a hand? The cheap, the cheap. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah. You know, when you've got the talent, people will wonder where you are and how you can help them. Alright, now let's try it again. Man, this thing is coming along so nicely. The hardest part is seemingly getting this thing to be lined up. Nice. Alright, let's refer back to the drawing real quick. Oh, that's just looking so cool. Alright, so what we're looking at is we're going to determine the size of this first spike here. And this is going to determine the rest of it. Gotta do it one step at a time, right? It would have been really neat to do the wings too. That was my first try, or my first concept, and then, you know, I was like, maybe it's not frilly enough. And then I was like, oh, maybe it should be badass. Alright, so next thing I want to do is I'm going to tie these together. Yeah, okay. Ah, it is such a beautiful orb. It's gonna be really painful to let this thing go. I'm just like, it's so beautiful. It's like, I love crystal balls, but I like the faults. Very beautiful, very, very unique. Oh yeah, I went out today. Went to go get some groceries and whatnot. I always wear this one, guys. I wear this everywhere I go. Even if I'm going to the drive-thru and that's it, I still wear it. Very much love this one here, especially the part where it's like forks. That's so freaking cool. My brother's like, okay. And I'm like, you wish you looked so freaking cool. Alright, so we're gonna want to get that up to about there. And since it's again part of the middle, I'm not gonna do too tall or tall and short. I'm just gonna do all tall. And what I mean by tall, I'm talking about this here, where you've got 3. Come on, focus. You got 3 tall, 3 short, 3 tall, 3 short, and then you have the irregular, just all tall. That's not gonna be enough. And I'm running out of that size wire. I'm not running out, I just have to harvest it every time. Although I guess I am running out. Better call my supplier. There's some. Work our way back. Yeah, as always, you definitely don't want to do 1/2 first, that's for sure. You always want to make it all in increments. Don't slip up. Oh, this is just a tangled mess. Where did my wire go? I just want to have enough to work with. I'm just going to give myself a size reference. So, alright. Alright, so since I have this opportunity to do it, there's one longer than the other. I'm just going to go ahead and clip that, measure it, make sure the other side is the same length. Wow, 5 inches exactly. Over 1,000 and monetized, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, a lot of my newer subscribers are actually from the, out in the real world, because I've been taking my stuff out there and showing it off. Considering how much I do this with my eyes only, that's actually pretty awesomely accurate there. Just clean up my workspace real quick. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that if I continue to sort of leave out the controversial topics, I think that it'll really help my channel grow. It's kind of a sad thing for me because I have a lot to say, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot to say, and I know Facebook isn't the right place to say it, and seemingly YouTube isn't the right place to say it, and I guess I'm just gonna have to grow up and keep it to myself, or only talk when it's an appropriate place and time. Almost 3 million watch minutes. Woo! Yeah, it really, you have to be so, you have to be able to stand out, that's for sure. You know, people don't stick around for very long if you're not awesomely interesting. And you see that with you know, even also bigger channels too. Even Mike the Cop, he's got well over 200,000 subscribers. I think it was like 500,000 subscribers, and he still only gets like 500, 600 people in his live streams. Last I saw. Oh, let's do it on the other side. See how that works out, right? Let me just show this to you guys. Remember, I anchored. Remember, I anchored on this side to do this, do this bit here. Now, to do this bit, I'm gonna do this wire, and that way, both sides will have the exact same number of loops there. Wires are dangerously close to my eyes. Sorry, just readjusting. Ah, man. Hate it when the hand does that weird bone click thing. Whew, yeah, that's tough. That's rough. But some people do. Some people do make their living off of YouTube, and even without being controversial and stuff like that. I'm trying to remember his name, but there's an artist that he does amazing work. Oh man, now I gotta figure out what his name is. I'm sure most of everybody knows who he is. Oh man. What was his name? I don't know if I'm gonna waste too much time looking for it. I don't actually, I wonder if he's even in my recommendation list in my description. It's alright, I'll have to give you guys an update later on. I don't want to waste too much time looking for it. Nope. Ah, no, that's not him. Bobby Duke, that's what it was. Yeah, Bobby Duke Arts. That guy, he's got over 2.5 million subscribers, and his work is incredible. Incredible. Wow. it's not just his work, it's also his the way he does it, right? He is just so funny. He did an ostrich egg, and he carved an ostrich egg, but instead of just showing you an ostrich egg, he was like, "Oh, my tummy," and like, "Oh man," and then then he starts making these like chicken sounds, and he goes into the woods. He builds a nest, like a human-sized nest. It just plops the egg on the ground. That's how he gets his subscribers. That's for sure. If I just could, I need to take a class or something on presentations and making a successful YouTube channel. That's for sure. Either that or really stop being half-assed. You know what I could have done here? It'll be fine. I was gonna say I could have done something like that, but it's too late now. Yeah, he makes a living off of his channel, is why I used the reference, is that he was able to actually do it as a job, and that's incredible. And it's definitely not once a week. Yeah, it's like more like once every 2 months or so. 20K is more than I've ever made in a year. This year is going to be really bad because I still haven't worked since last July, and it's naughty. My brother works at a 5-star restaurant, and he's trying to get me a job there. That'd be pretty cool. Something to do with coffee. Apparently they need an English-speaking coffee person. We want to make sure that's all nice and tight. Oh, right. Yeah, for sure. That's so crazy. Oh, you were saying a month. Whoo, baby. $20K a month. That's incredible. Whoo-wee. That'd be nice. I really wonder what I would do with that kind of money, right? What would I do with that money? I hope I would do something nice. Definitely a memorial. Holy shit. Oh, that would be so freaking cool. Lady of Lake Fork? Unless it's Canada. Yeah, for real. You're right. I think that it is definitely a shame that people will actually be compelled to not say things for the sake of avoiding a headache. But I think that I'll be okay. You know, that kind of thing. You can always call up some friends and rant to them. Okay, let's see. I have to make a decision here. Alright, let's get the orb back again. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to anchor these two together while I've got the wire up here. So I'll do a good 5 wraps around. Oh, 1 second. Man, that is just so accurate. It's ever so slightly. It's actually pretty good. Okay. So beautiful. Oh, it's actually my nail polish. I was like, wow, I just love that there's flakes in there. It was my nail polish. Jeez. Ow. Yeah, I imagine so. Who knew? Who knew you could make a living off of being a jerk? Saw a live stream of Eric Brandt the other day or yesterday or something like that, and I'm just like, wow, goodness. It's like, I guess it's too much to ask to be a decent person. Alright, anyway, enough of that. Let's, continue. Alright, now before going on to the next step, let's make the other side look the same. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely not for everyone. I stopped because it didn't really seem to fit my personality. I really love to see the city, though. I don't regret any of my auditing, that's for sure. I learned a lot. Found a new respect for law enforcement. And I learned a lot, that's for sure. Certainly one of the main things I learned is that people tend to forget that most of their problems come from their attitude. I know mine did. Sorry, I'm just looking for the right size wire here. There we go. For sure, Brian King. I understand that you were more an administrative role. Administrative? I don't know if that's the right word for it. You were doing your part. That's for sure. It didn't take me long to turn against the audit community. Or really activism in general. Ah, come on. Yeah, that'll be long enough. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you got people who are living in their cars with their family doing it. You know, it's just like, come on, man, priorities. It's like you going out there fucking, fucking with police, and you got like bigger problems to deal with. There's actually another channel called Purgatory Ironworks. Is really cool. He does metallurgy, or excuse me, blacksmith. I don't know if that's the difference, but I know it's a blacksmithy. Yeah. Really, what I've been trying to... Lumentube? Let me check it out. Oops. Oh. Hey, yeah, whoa, that's cool. I'm subscribing. Yeah, he deserves that 1.3 million subscribers, that's for sure. That's a pretty awesome channel, guys. I recommend checking it out. Or Brian King recommends checking it out, and so do I. Nacho, how's it going, man? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can't wait to get to that point. That'd be really awesome. Just gotta get even more awesome. Gotta get creative is what I need to do. I need to get good equipment and get really creative with my videos. Mostly, I guess just the live stream is all is really the more awesome stuff, because my videos hardly get any views. Man, it is still so warm. Let me turn on my fan. I have a message. Oh, it's Brian King. You know, we might actually have the orb in this thing by the time I'm done today. With the live stream, I mean. I'm still going strong. Oh, 7:25? We've got time. Gotta eat at some point, but I don't have to do it right now. How's it going, Nacho? Hope you're doing well. Gotta figure out. Yeah, it's really I just don't do enough. You know what I'm saying? All I'm doing is presenting it, where I should probably be doing like full videos of how, or you know, like the making of, that kind of thing. I just gotta stop being so lazy. That's what I gotta stop doing. Which, you know, that's never gonna happen. Sorry. I was just looking at my messages there. Alright, so let's count these again. Alright, 3, 6, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, okay. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, shit. 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36. Awesome! Freaking elbow! Ouch! 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 Ant nest. Oh yeah, I love those ant nest aluminum art. Oh, whoops. Man, how did I miss so much? Oh yeah, like Ninja Stars? I think I saw something like that on his channel. Yeah. Yeah, everybody seems to have different issues, that's for sure. Oh, you won't be live? Oh, good, yeah. Yeah, and those anthill art things are just so incredible. If you guys are interested in learning about ants, there's a really cool channel called Ants Canada, and as he's learning, he's teaching. So, you know, every video is like something incredibly new. You know, it's crazy. He has all different types of ants that he takes care of in terrariums that are just incredible. Where's my hammer? Ooh, how shall I do it? I know what I'll do. I'll turn him into a flea. A harmless little flea. And then I'll put that flea in a box. And I'll put that box inside another box. And I'll mail it to myself and then smash it with a hammer! Brilliant, 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 I tell you. Genius, I say. Now, or, to save on postage, I'll just poison him with this. It's like, oh, Crunk, feel the power. Oh, yeah, I feel it. Where's my hammer? Smash it with a hammer. It's actually already kind of in there. It's exactly 2 inches tall. No. What? How did that happen? Alright. there. That's good. Perfectus. Yeah, it's actually good. Oh yeah, Ants Canada? Yeah, he's a pretty cool dude. Making a bearing puller? Oh wow. Yeah, I think it's a screw thing, isn't it? Oh, I guess I'll just be really excited to see what you come up with. And I always like to imagine what you're gonna do before I see it. It always seems to be totally different from what I had in mind. It's like the tow truck driver yesterday. I'm like, how is he gonna get that car on the tow truck? You know, the angle of the tow truck was like this. You know, the back of the car was, sorry, the front of the car was there, and he just like somehow managed through pulling chains and switching around and things like that. He just barely clipped the edge of the ramp and got that thing on the car. No serious problem. Very cool. Always awesome to see the experts do their thing. My friend who used to live where I live right now, in the room I live in right now, he managed to sell his Prius yesterday. His very broken Prius. You know, it really is amazing how well this is coming out, guys. It's in my head. It's looking like it was gonna look like in my head. All right, so next step is gonna be, yeah. Is this seriously not long enough? Oh, you know what I can do? Ah. Let's do an inch. Oh, you know what I could do? Yeah, let's do that. Oh man, look at that. Look at that bend. Ouch, it's not straight. I could just bend this up. Yeah, I think that will do. It's practically a 90-degree angle. Or excuse me, a flat there. Maybe we can make it go up ever so slightly. Willie's Life, how you doing? I'm doing well. How about yourself? Yeah, it's just a long bolt. Yeah, that's what I had in mind, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a risk when you go hammering the damn thing on when it's up against a crystal. It's like this flat part there. It's Austin. What's up, man? How's it going? I hope you're well. Been a while. Have you seen any of these? Got my tiaras going on. Well, tiara. Let's settle this, right? What the hell is this thing called? Right? It's not a tiara, so I can just stop. I'm doing well. We should definitely talk after the stream, though. But I don't want to call it a headband, because that's kind of a lame name, right? It's like a forehead ornament. Something like that. I wear this thing everywhere. My hair is getting a little long. Let's just take a moment to look at some of my stuff here. This one's definitely for ladies. It's got the crown like Princess Diana style. Frig. Thank you. What the hell? I'll just call it a damn frig. Yeah, Austin and I, man, I'm telling you, I miss North Dakota, that's for sure. Yeah, we got history. Gonna have to readjust this one because it's not sitting right. It's my first crown inspired. Love it. And I got, yeah, then I got this one here. And this one here. Yeah. Armor headpiece, yeah. Yeah, the Norse call it something like a frig. And I'm trying to remember, Scandinavia has a tradition of wearing these for little girls who are, you know, becoming women. You know, their rite of passage, their day of reckoning, that kind of thing, or whatever. And I'm trying to remember what they called it, but that's essentially what the only two places in history I've seen something like that is the Norse and the Scandinavia. Scandinavia? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, this is what we're working on right now. Let's get back to it. Bring up a hammer. So far, so good. Yeah, that looks just fine. Excuse me. Awesome, you should get into this. Really, I recommend anybody to. It's the Nordic name for it. I think frig is a perfect name for it. Then when people ask what the hell is a frig, I'm going to be like, you know, I'll point to it and be like, this is a frig. Alright, I think I'll make more adjustments as I go. Ah! It is, thank you, I really agree. When I had the picture in my head, almost never goes the way I would in the, you know, when I make it. But this is coming along quite nicely, that's for sure. I actually wonder if I might improvise here and do a well, we're not there yet, so let's rectify these issues here. Now to decide how in the hell I'm going to anchor these, right? First thing we need to do is make sure that they're the exact same length. Yeah, don't miss. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Something like those circular, they're very big into orbs, or excuse me, round. I'll have to get some examples. Yeah, the tapping is scary, that's for sure. Oh yeah, that would be so freaking awful. This thing is it's $40 for that. It's actually a good deal for a crystal, an amethyst crystal this size. At a metaphysics shop would be like $60. All right, so let's begin the scary task of moving forward. Yeah, I'm gonna want to hammer it. Let's make this as nice as we can get. Ow, shit. Freaking ring. They're a lot stronger than you think, but you never know. You never want to overdo it, that's for sure. Let me get some earplugs in real fast. Need to actually get some earplugs, that's for sure. Yeah, Willie's life, he's actually witnessed the making of my Soda Tab trench coat. Nah, but I would like to one day. I never leave the house. Yeah, I don't watch TV either. I actually get angry when I watch when the TV's playing, and it's nothing to do with whoever's watching. It's just I really can't stand television. Would be in heaven. Oh yeah, there's the rock barrel is where I get the crystals I get nowadays. And it is just shelves and shelves and shelves of just utterly beautiful pieces. if I had unlimited money, they would essentially have to sell me their stock, their store. Haven't watched it. Oh, you must be meaning TV. Nice. My brother is home. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go mute for a second so I can hammer this thing without you guys getting your, speakers all screwed up. Yeah, Brian King's got a really cool channel. Oh my god. How am I never... I will remember that freaking channel. I just don't want to mess up the name. It was, dang it. I always have the voice of thunder stuck in my brain when I'm trying to think of that name. Oh, Ragnar. Oh, Ragnar. Oh, let me go back a little more. No. Yeah. Gotta get off here. Oh, okay, dokie, Brian King. Yeah, tell your mom I said hello. Oh, I bet. Yeah, for sure. Taking care of the elderly is no easy task. That's for sure. Yeah, I would love to go to a gem and mineral show. I'll bet there's some serious prices, though. Huh? Oh. Yeah, not buying everything you want, exactly. You gotta go with like at least $1,000. Ragnar. Electric Vision. See there, man, I will one day remember that shit. Take it easy, Brian King. Thank you for coming in. It's good to have you. Oh, really? Oh, that's good to know. I mean, you know, where I go, it's retail price, and there's another place where you can go. Oh, excuse me. The place I go is wholesale, and there's another place where you can go where it's essentially, you know, jacked up retail because you're also paying for the metaphysics. Yeah, the link's in the description. Oh, see, that would be awesome. Cutting the stones? That would be so freaking cool. If I could make my own orbs, I would be just ecstatic. I'd make so many I could totally do a sandstone orb.
It's at the, we don't ever watch the crystal rock. This is just everywhere.
Yeah. Wait, we don't have a what?
We don't live in Washington.
Oh, Washington,
big,
yeah. Where you could just...
Big fucking solid crystals.
Yeah, you go to the bottom of a culvert and you just dig a little bit, you might find some stuff.
You just look at the road.
Well, that's what I mean, you know, where the water runs.
Yeah, anyway.
I've seen videos where people are just literally they just pull a little bit of dirt away and all of a sudden crystals are just falling out. You know, oh sorry, they're washing the soil and the crystals are just tumbling out. Beautiful green. Like, wow. Good deals at gem shows? Yeah, I might have to do that when I'm famous. Or before I'm famous, even. Okay, so let's get back to this. Put this away before I pull out the crystal. Oh, my knees. We still have Spunk. Hey, I could understand Spunk. I guess it's a derogatory term for emissions. Actually, that's an even worse word. Jeez. I don't think I'll need the hammer for a little while, so I'm just gonna pull my earplugs out. Ah, man, every time that happens it gets sharper. Okay, it's coming along. I actually have an option here to maybe widen that. Let's try that. Let's experiment, guys. Wow. That wasn't smart. Ow. I just wedged my finger. What do you think? Closed or open? Open looks pretty cool. I think we're gonna go with open. Yeah, I think it's better with it open. I'm going to leave these alone just in case I need them. I'm just going to mute for 1 second. Alright. Make sure the other side is symmetrical. I'd say that if you want to take a shower, it's probably a good time to do it. You heard me? Hang on just a second, guys. Yeah, I'm back. made it worse. Oh, come on. I hate when my battery goes low. It's such a pain in the ass to charge nowadays. I'm not sure. Sorry, I was just.
Lighter, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I would be. My brother's in the same room as me right now. So if I go mute for any reason, it's because I'm talking to my brother. Let's take a look at what it looks like now. Oh man, that is looking freaking awesome. It's really coming along a lot better than I was expecting. I'm sure that'll work itself out there. Alright, so oh, I was like, hi brother, you talking to me? Southern Belle says hello. Or hi.
Hello.
Yeah, my brother and I, we were very close. Not.
Yeah, we're about 2 feet apart.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
We're like 4 feet.
No, that's at least a yard. There's a yard. Yeah. I got my yardstick up there, holding up all my projects. Got my masks looking down on me. Let's see the masks over there. In fact, I'm going to give my hands a break a second because they are killing me. Oh, well, we'll see the masks another time. I was just going to take a second, but I've got all this stuff in my lap. Let's just continue. Of course, if anyone wants to see them, all you gotta do is ask. And there are videos. Alright, so I have an option here to For sure, Southern Belle. I'd be happy to. I will have to say that I don't have a very good track record of doing much, in the sense that I have here some glass that B. Collins, which is also a channel in the description. B. Collins has sent me these pieces here you know, a number of different pieces, and I am ashamed to say I haven't really done much with them, other than gawk at them and look, and they, you know, they look really cool. I know it's on this table somewhere, but there's a number of them. But I'd be happy to do a collaboration with you. In fact, I could totally make a tiara out of that. I wonder if he's got a daughter. Maybe I could make a small tiara for his daughter, if he's got one. Hell yeah! Actually, do you have my email? Whenever you're ready, I can give you. Oh. So that's gear.dh.gmail.com. So GEAR. You want to see the masks? Awesome. Let's go see the masks. GEAR at .dh@gmail.com. Oh, give me a chance to stretch my. Are you good on temperature? I'm just gonna turn off the air. Get my machete to turn it all out. That spider. Here's one. If I remember correctly, I think I called this one Space Mask. One of these days I should totally make it into a helmet. That'd be really neat. I guess I could do it with those. I don't know. I actually have a project up there that I haven't worked on in a few weeks. I think it's supposed to be back more. Yeah, now just say my mouth. For sure, yeah. Oh yeah, the soldering. You know, I suppose we could send it back and forth, that kind of thing, because with if we have to, is what I'm saying. We'll always be able to work it out. But this was one of my I haven't taken any of these out. I guess I wore my original chainmail mask to a Pokemon event, but other than that, not much. Then I've got this one in the making too. I haven't really worked on it in a while. So I guess I'll get on to it again. This is a work in progress. Now we're gonna have to put on a head sock. Oh, yeah. Wow, 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 wow. Missionary? Visionary? was like, okay. It's like we're having that kind of conversation, huh? That was too much fun. So this is let me show you my first mask real quick. Actually, let me show you what well. Oh, it's dusty. My first mask. There we go. Check that out. Ah, man. Ah, jeez, it's in the mask. Look at that, I got a little hair just poked me in the eye. There we go. It's one of my favorite masks for sure. Maybe even my favorite. Put it on my head, but I'm not using it. And you can actually kind of see through it, even from here. But for me, I could see right through it. So it's like, come on. So I can read the phone, I can read your texts there, I can read the medicine bottle, you know, that kind of thing. So it's actually very easy to see through. It's just really uncomfortable, unfortunately. There's a great deal of messiness up at the top here since it was my first one, and it really digs into the forehead if I'm wearing it bare-skinned. And it also pulls out the hair.
Yeah, I was part of that.
I know, it really does. It's just so gleamy.
So, the guy that's sniper is really fucking good.
My brother's actually really awesome at Call of Duty, or shoot 'em up games. I guess that's not a shoot 'em up game, it's more like a first person. Here's my third mask. I'm not terribly...
I think I accidentally got the knife guy with it.
I'm not terribly proud of this one, but, you know, it's one of them. Wow, it's really warped. This one was more or less a failed mask in the sense of simplicity and a lot of mistakes. It looks like hair. Yeah, it's a very interesting texture too. Like when you rub your hands on it, it like moves around with your fingers too. And one of this like that. Not when I can need to see. But as far as masks go, actually I think this one is sold. A friend of mine wants to buy it for $50. Now we're coming on to one of my most recent masks.
It's pretty good.
Currently what I would say is my best. Looks very organic, yeah. It was definitely not going to look like that in the beginning. Neither was this. This is actually upside down, technically.
Still getting it, so remember behind.
But this one is called Cyberpunk, and I love it.
Yeah, I got him.
Protect my eyebrow real quick.
Eyes at 1191 or whatever.
This one's definitely the coolest. A little snag up there.
Well, that was good. Yeah, I died together.
Like it best as a hat?
Finished first.
Yeah, definitely the first one was really awesome. It's kind of a little bit harder to see through this one. There we go. It's actually really almost impossible to see through right here. So I could see almost ahead. I could see up here, I could see down here. Right here is just a little thick. I just think it's really cool that it goes like this. Showing them the side. Looking directly at my brother. What's up? Then of course, you know, you can pull it back so that you can see. And then this is actually really helping my hands, guys. They're not feeling good. And then I have this one, which is a work in progress. Well, I guess it would be if I worked on it. It's got built-in headphones, so it'll be like that there. Unfortunately, I have some work to do, because it won't go back further than that. And that means that I'm going to have to start chopping some shit off. Gotta just chop that off, I think. And I just haven't felt like working on it. Goodness, is that the wind? Yeah. Well, I guess we're about to hit us. I'm just gonna go, or it would fit a gray, yeah. No, I really like that one. But now let me show you what started it all. The total accident that had birthed all those masks. Holy crap! It's really about to storm out here. There's a future tiara for you. Little sneak peek on the next tiara. It's kind of it's just a failed attempt at that, but I think it'll make a great tiara. Or frigate, excuse me, frigate. Or frig. Frig. This is what started it all. It's ever so slightly difficult to see through. But then again, it was never meant to be an eye patch. I gotta fix that. Like, I'm about ready to go gather a league of extraordinary people. And since I can partially see through it, it doesn't necessarily impair my vision too much. I wouldn't drive with it. So what I was doing, I was experimenting to do this. Right? This is what I had intended to make, or experiment with, making patterns. So I was experimenting with the weaving there, and then when it got here, I just decided to expand it, then connect it, and expand it, and filled in the entire space. And pretty much when I was done, I was like, what the hell am I going to do with it? And I remember I put it up against this eye, and I was like, what? So I did a bunch of bending and molding, and this actually looks like it needs its own. You want a soda? Yeah? Oh, I mean, I guess I have this water. Sorry. Is that okay? I just needed something to drink. Excuse me. I think we can get back to project at hand. There we go. Wow, I might have to go get that drink. Jeez. I think we're about to hit a tornado or something. Like, it's like 50-mile-an-hour winds out there. It looks pretty bad. Go check out that way. It's gonna be a really exciting night.
When is Raquel supposed to be home?
If she's working late, she's gonna be back. She gets off at 9:30. It'll probably pass by then.
Then I put the car inside the garage.
Oh yeah? Oh. That would not go well. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna go mute. I'm gonna go mute for a second. Sorry, we're just contemplating our actions.
We're in Texas. It hails here.
Well,
A lot.
if you want, let's take a look. My phone's gonna die.
Speaking of which, I didn't find mine. My phone's not like that.
Awesome collection. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm very proud of my work, especially my masks. And I haven't taken them out yet. It's crazy. Oh, I left one out. Let's take a look at this one. Shit, I almost forgot this one. One of my best ones. Yeah. That kind of thing. So this is technically my very first mask. There we go. There we go. Seems almost too big now. I don't know why that would make any sense. Scratch my nose. There we go. I guess I have to. There we go. Much better. Let's take a look at that. Come on now. Ah, sorry. There's the underside. So it's actually 2 layers. Soft side, or smooth side on both sides. Take a look at the seam. go. And if you would like to, I actually have a video of the whole thing, which is a full-length trench coat, or mostly full-length trench coat. Almost full-length in the back. Now, I have taken this out. These, I actually, my first time taking this out, I won a first prize. Jump rings? No, they're actually soda tabs. There we go. Soda tabs. I actually have 2 trench coats now. Just one's mostly done, not totally done. Just gotta get more soda tabs. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I was experimenting with this the other day, with making a chain of some kind. I have to think of a way to get a unit, right? To make a unit that, like, every single unit is exact same, except for, you know, the special spots where you need, you know, extra room, things like that, extra strength. And decoration. No way, yeah. It took about 1.5 years to make it. Freaking crazy. In fact, I think that we can take a second to look at what at least at the picture. Yeah. I just dropped my phone. Freaking phone. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Ugh. There. Oh, there's one of my trench coat designs. And there's the one I drew. That was actually drawn by my friend over there. And I drew that one. Some silly tabs. That was before I colored colored it. There we go. So you got yourself a hood and long back. Good picture up front there. Oh, and there's a good picture of it up close. Thought I could zoom. Oh, I guess it's preview. That's a good example of what you're expecting. So if you ever want to make anything like that, makes one wonder what piece. Yeah, whew, man. I don't know if all my hands will be able to do anything after 40. If I continue. I think there's a wood piece that I did a little while back, 20 years old or so, origami. I took the concept of a Kusudama flower ball and made a tree out of it. There's a mask I did in the 6th grade, I think it was. This is the last picture of it before I had to throw it away because it was deteriorating so much. And but yeah, I made that in I think it was 6th grade. Paper mache. It's a cool picture of my grandma's front yard. Another tree. Kusudama flower ball. That's 60 pieces of paper, 60 square inches of paper, 61 square inch paper. It's the other way. That's a cookie cutter star ball, 30 pieces. A 5 intersecting tetrahedron, also 30 pieces. I wish I had a finished picture of that. I did, it was like a purple. It was a fountain my brother and I did. That's how I make the Kusudama flower balls. I actually put it together without glue first. And I made those clamps on my own. I don't think you'll ever see anything like that on the internet. I got my copper foil. There's a good picture. All my rings. And that there is the pride of my work. That's probably the most impressive thing I've ever made, including the wire stuff that I've made. I had to use needles and thread to make clamps that were small enough to hold these pieces of paper together. And I made one flower that's half that size, and I just don't have the patience to go doing it again. It took about 5 hours to make 5 petals, and maybe about 50 sheets of paper, something along those lines. It was definitely, I could not use a lot of paper. It was, because when you get that small, the margin for error is smaller than the width of a hair. So you have to make them perfectly square when you're going half this size. So believe me when I say it is a perfect anger management therapy. That's actually what I did it for, was to do my positivity training, which I think I've sort of mastered. Hopefully. Maybe. There's always room to learn. I actually made 3 of those. Oh, there it is. A rose in my dad's backyard. That's my...
Are you only talking to me?
No. I need a level. Yeah, learn control. Yes, so the best way to learn anger management is to get yourself angry and stop it. At least that's how I figured. Because a lot of these things are actually right in front of me. Oh man. That's one of my favorite trees right there. Early work. You guys actually saw that one already in this stream. That was actually sold at a shop now.
There's a tremendous bit of country, right?
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to help me with these ones.
Yeah.
It certainly calms down, so either it's going to get a hell of a lot worse very quick, or it's past. Oh, that cannonball, I missed that one. I actually gave that to the person who supplies my copper. He's an awesome guy, and he volunteered to give me the copper, so, you know, he actually recently contacted me to see if I needed any more, so all of this is made possible by a really awesome guy. I actually sold that one for 200. That one is right in front of me. I really like that. I couldn't sell it. It's mine. I think I still have that one. Blue moss. My first copper mask. My chainmail copper mask. some fun with some geometric shapes. My eye patch. It is hard to let them go. I miss them all the time. I wish I could visit them sometimes. Some of them I can visit. There's, I think that's called Siamese trees. Where is that? Huh. I guess it's at the shop. Now, all this is early stuff. Man, those trees, they look terrible. I missed that pendant. I literally lost that thing as soon as I finished it. It is somewhere, someplace, with my favorite chain, and I will probably never find it again. Oh, I like that one. That's actually still for sale at the shop. That one lives at a Bed Bath & Beyond in Tennessee. I made it for them while I was working there as a business trip. Cool stuff, flower bulb. Little pendant holders. Man, I totally forgot about those. Now, this is all early for me. Like, that's the first stuff I ever made out of wire wrapping. In fact, I have most of them still, or if not all. They're right here. Still have those.
You're not on mute if you're talking to somebody else. Oh, no, it's all good. I thought someone was actually saying that. That's, yeah, my bad.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm glad that we went through these pictures. A lot of these I hadn't seen in a while. At least not since last time I wonder what these pictures are even doing in my show-off folder. Oh, I guess they were there in the beginning. Excuse me. Some storms are... Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on it. The wind's picking up again, so there's very ominous clouds. That one actually lives at the clinic I go to. I gave it to them. Really good picture of my stuff there. Wire lantern stand. You can actually learn how to make those stands on handmade, I think is how you say that. Little desert scenery. Bookshelf ornament. The snake. You can learn how to do that from the same person I just said. Handmade, I think is how you say her name. I believe it's Puerto Rican. Or Spanish, or whatever you want to call it. Damn good sandwich. Yeah. There's a lot of ingredients. It's too fast to go through it all. But there's something really cool. I actually made that as a memorial to me for when I die, but I died a lot sooner than I thought when I was at the hospital when I flatlined or whatever. So that's essentially a memorial to the day I found out I was really sick. Yeah, pneumonia hurts. Well, I mean, pneumonia from HIV. I'm better now. Oh, and we're at the end of the thing there. You always want to stay protected, guys, and mostly guys. It actually turns out to be very rare for girls to transmit HIV to men, which makes sense considering the swapping of fluids is usually.
Did you just say? I'm sorry, I cut out. Did you say? Yeah, that's okay.
What am I trying to do here? There we go. No, but it took only 9 months for me to go from full-blown AIDS to fucking undetectable. And I think that's a scientific achievement right there. But I think we can get back to work on our goal project today. In fact, I think I have my most recent test results here. You'd forgotten to like the stream? I never remind anybody. I always figure if somebody was into that, they would do it all the time. You know what I mean? I always forget to like videos. It's usually when someone reminds me before I finally remember to do it. You know? Let me do that. What should I do? Sit up. Might lose can. Oh, you're in Texas too. Cool. Lake Fork. Are you familiar with Lake Fork? Yeah? No? Right. I was just wondering if that was a Texas lake. Oh, that's a cute little stand even for that size. Oh, that is actually an adorable size for that stand. Oh yeah, I'm afraid to say that that's a very awful way to die. You essentially like suffocate without even meaning to. Crazy. No, when I got to the hospital, I was like, I think I have pneumonia, and the guy looked at me and he knew I had HIV because of the fungus. Turned out to be fungus growing on my face, and so he immediately, I skipped the line, and when they got into the triage unit, which was really awful, I was like, oh, I feel like I'm gonna die. And I was like, I feel like, oh, this man's sick. Like, execute him. Like, is that triage? I don't know. And the guy's like, are you alright? Like, you can walk? Do you need a wheelchair? And I'm just like, oh, we just go slow enough, I'll make it. And they had just hooked me up to the machine. They got my finger on the pulse thing, and next thing I know, I'm just like, I feel really sick. And plop. And before I knew it, I was waking up to people going, you know, jostling me and shit like that. And I was like, what? I don't want to wake up. Like, it's not time for work yet. I'm like, oh, what the hell am I doing here? Like, what are all these people? It took me like a split second, like a half second to remember what the hell was going on. But by the time I did, I was like, oh, right, I'm in the hospital. You know. Yeah, very, very scary. Of course, I didn't know it happened. Had I actually stayed dead, or I flatlined is what happened. I don't know if that would be considered dead. I never really considered it to be, because obviously I'm alive, so I didn't really die, you know. So just flatlined. Very serious thing, you know. If you're having heart troubles or lung troubles, you should always check it out. I just never had insurance. Ironically enough, I actually have better health care than I have ever had or could have ever afforded, or currently could afford. Very interesting stuff. And it's all the way down to 1 pill now. Oh, well, my prescription label is on the front of it, so I can't really show the bottle. But anyway, let's continue. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, that's looking pretty darn cute. So, okay, so we have an option here. to make this more elaborate. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to close that, but just a little bit, and then I'm going to have these extend as well. So this is gonna close. Right, yeah. Oh my gosh, this is getting so freaking awesome. Maybe I should even do it more. No. I might already have too little wire as it is. I can always add more though. Yeah, I can always add more. But let's continue. There we go. My goodness, how long have I been sitting here? Not bad. Almost 3 hours. Actually, I won't go off until I need to go. It's almost 9, so we'll probably have about 20 minutes before I have to leave. Because at any moment, I'm gonna have to get up and go take care of something, and then I might actually come back. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna need to eat something. But let's continue. We'll not worry about it until then. My condolences for your mother, by the way. It's always a terrible thing. I don't know what I'm gonna do when my mom dies. Or dad. Tempted to take it out, but I think I'll... No, I should take it out. Okay, I can finally use a small wire. Where did I put my pliers? I feel them on my foot. Under my foot, I should say. Let's see here. 5. 5, let's do... Let's do 10. Man, that is already looking freaking awesome. Wow. I'm just gonna go mute while I'm not talking, okay? Hello there. Are you saying hey or goodbye? Because if it's goodbye, it's good to see you. It's good to have you. And if it's hey, hello. Oh, you're back? Oh, you did lose connection? Oh, okay, cool. It's no problem, you didn't miss much. I guess this is probably the most updated thing that's going on right now. Then just gotta do it to the other side. I'm thinking this piece here is gonna spawn an entire new kind of things that I do with the wire. Like, I have to make some tiaras, of course, or, excuse me, frigs. I need to start remembering to call them frigs. Nordic crowns, essentially. Or Nordic, I guess, not Nordic. Lake Frost is east of Dallas? Oh yeah, I mean that sounds pretty close then. I love Dallas. It's such a beautiful city. In fact, I really have to thank my auditing days for being able to see the city so much. Otherwise, I would have never gone out and done that. Close to Canton? Yeah, I live in Richardson. We're fairly close to the 75 highway. Actually, pretty close. Are the storms looking bad? It is. I just wish my, it was a lot better film, you know. It was just, wasn't a very good way to film Dallas for my phone. Because the, lighting was so, I don't know. It's just not a good phone for, it wasn't a good phone for that sort of thing. Oh, crap. Six, 9, 10, okay. Take 2 off. Three, 6, 9, 10. Okay. Alright. I'm actually amazed at how much progress there has been just sitting here. Alright, let's get that back in there. Sorry, just playing with some ideas. You were in Carrollton a few weeks ago? Oh, the car tunnel, yeah. Yeah, we were actually doing that recently, too. Man, yeah, see, I need to get out of the house more is what I need to do. What is that? Oh, let's see who that was. Definitely gotta go out there and see the world. No, I wouldn't mind if you went and grabbed it though. Yeah, I was really thirsty, but I found a water bottle. Do you mind doing that? Alright, just a moment here. One of the very important things you have to realize when you're making something like this is the placement of the wires when they're overlaying. I'm going to actually... One second, I'm just thinking... I think I can... Oh! Okay. Something along those lines. Oh, I see. That's not. So it's so confusing to look at sometimes. Good lord. There. Awesome.
Here's your beer.
Thank you for this delicious beer.
A&W. It's beer.
It's beer. So, from the root, I believe. Yeah. What root? The root. Yeah, beer root.
Everything has a root.
You savage.
I am.
You're root. You are root. What about when he said we are Groot? Isn't that like against his verbiage?
You know, he evolved that much.
I mean, they essentially mooted his death with a resurrection. Like every other freaking everything. It's like Doctor Who, right? Like, oh my god, everything's gone to hell. How are we gonna get over this? Tune in after this after this.
Are they gonna make it?
You know, are they gonna make it? How are they gonna get out of it this time? You know, it's like
every time it's like, oh, the screwdriver.
yeah, and then he's like, oh, just timey-wimey, everything's fixed. It's like the episode never even happened. You know, just like a small variation, and then the season finale is where the big changes happen. You know, but essentially literally every single episode of Doctor Who is the exact same thing, and I'll never understand why people like it so much. I mean, I think it's funny, but there's no suspense.
They try.
And they try it. that lady actress that would never go away. It just made the show all that much more difficult to bear.
But the annoying one that always complains.
Yeah, you got somebody who's got super cosmic powers and fucking time traveling shit, and you got shit to bitch about. Why did you? You don't have to fall in love with the guy, you know. He's a fucking like energy thing. It doesn't even have like male parts or something. Maybe, I don't know. He probably does have male parts.
He's got a screwdriver that pretty much does everything.
Yeah, I guess they're like the fairy odd parents having children. It's magic. Only Cosmo goes through labor. Yeah. And childbirth.
Oh, seahorse.
Kind of.
No.
Except it happens really fast. Where they're just like, well, we have to ask permission. You know. And since they live, you know, forever. Kind of thing. What did they name it? I think it was Goo or something like that. Anyway, back to work. Actually, probably not going to be for much longer. But we shall endure.
It's like
It's looking pretty cool, huh? I say. A bit of a sticky wicket.
What? I don't know what you're saying.
It's the. I mean, that's like we're in a jam. Like, oh, we're in a bit of a sticky wicket.
Sticky wicket?
Yeah. I don't even know what it means.
You may be in a little bit of a pickle.
Man, if your pickles, excuse me, if your dick is pickled, I think you should be concerned. Goodness. Always get tested, kids. Or teens. Or everybody. Oh, before I go starting attaching stuff, is this even gonna fit? Oh yeah, I will. Okay. I just have to do that, that. It's like something's stuck in our engines. Something icky. Oh my gosh. The terrible things are happening on this island. Terrible, terrible things. You should leave and never return. Like, wait, you forgot your root beer. Thanks. Anytime. Like, and never return. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, just brainstorming. Could always just add more wires. Oh, I'm gonna have to, actually. But that is no biggie. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to figure out anything we need to do. So I'm just gonna make this 10 as well. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Should do that side next. Sorry, I'm stretching my legs. Ooh. Doesn't sound too crazy outside. Don't know where you are dreaming this way. I don't know where you are dreaming this way. Oh, for sure. Sometimes I'll be on live for something like 6-7 hours. I haven't done that in a long time, but definitely a lot of times I'll actually work offline when it's inconvenient to go live for a number of hours. So if I'm not planning on going live for at least an hour, I'm probably not going to go. But I try to get as much work on camera done as possible. With this project, I'm probably not going to do it off live so that I can have as much footage of me making it as possible for a video. There we go. Freaking leg. Ooh, sliding. Oh yeah, sometimes I'll put projects down and not even pick them up again. Actually, there's quite a few projects that I never got around to finishing. They're sitting there patiently waiting for me to get back to them. Excuse me. Also, if it wasn't so close to time to go take care of, I just have to put my landlady to bed, and it takes it takes more than the amount of time that it would be comfortable to have people waiting. So I figured I'd just wait until then. Looking pretty forkin' sweets. Almost bedtime, yeah. Let's see how many people are watching. 2. I think I'm gonna continue to go on until it's time for me to go take care of my last thing I need to do for the day. But certainly, if you pass out before you can say goodnight, good night. Let's see here. Yeah, I need to get more wire. Hand me some of that wire. Oh, sorry, I can reach it. Sorry. Just have to find the right size. Yeah, me too. When I'm watching somebody play City Skylines, it's so relaxing sometimes. Actually, I haven't watched his stuff in a while. I need to hit him up for his next live stream. Oh, don't tell me. Ah. Running low on that size. I have to start doing more projects of the bigger size. Yeah, I think it'd be just fine. You always want to make sure you're symmetrical. I could have done the exact same thing as I did in the other corners, but I caught myself before I did it. I always want to make sure that, you know, mirrored. You know, and it's mostly because if you go backtracking, it makes the wire weaker. And you won't have nearly enough wire that you need to really make a good job of it. Yeah, they're pretty cool. He does debunking stuff, and he builds really interesting machines for, you know, just out of scrap, from scrap, and does all his own wiring and all that stuff, and it's really amazing. Brian King and I, we have a history together in the audit community, and I wouldn't say we were enemies, but I didn't like him very much. I thought he was a very annoying person, but I couldn't help but continuously increase respect for the guy, because no matter how annoying he was to me, he was the most respectful person in the community. All it is his different. He just has different opinions, but we can have those differing opinions and still be interested in art and things like that. So, did you hear that? She's home. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah. Now I am very convinced that he's a pretty cool guy. In fact, I think the final straw was when he had made I think he had made a comment or something like that on my auditing or whatever it was, and I wanted to be offended, but he added the fact that he really liked my art and that he really enjoyed watching me work, and it just took the piss right out of me. I was just so excited that he was interested in my artwork that I couldn't be upset anymore. It's really interesting. It spins in there. Huh. Oh, there it is. There's the phone call. 1 second, I'm gonna go mute. Well, that looks like it's going to be it for this live stream. I'm not sure how likely it'll be that I'll go on live after I'm done with what I'm doing. Mostly because it's going to be kind of later. I gotta eat and whatnot. And then I may consider coming back on. I might also rest my hands. Either way. Oh yeah, it's hard to watch someone die. It really is. It's really makes you wonder what you're gonna do when you get that far. I don't want to get that far. No, thank you for sticking around and whatnot. I'm glad that you were enjoying yourself and whatnot. And I think it goes by a lot smoother when there aren't horrifically controversial topics being talked about. So all that's going to be for Discord if it ever comes to that. So hopefully I can continue to just stick to the art. But I gotta go and take care of that. Go take care of something, and I will come back on maybe tomorrow. Alright, bye bye.